Shalom, shalom, shalom. What's happening, y'all? It's Hump Day. It's a mouth I acquire first name. IQ is all the same. It's Dstm number 74. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't do that. I'm just bringing you the word. I'm just bringing you the facts. I'm just bringing you some information. What's the problem? What we getting flagged for, canceled for, and harassed by bots for every damn time I come on? Every time we do a lesson. That's right. I represent messengers of the covenant. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, White Howard Shai. Hopefully, everybody's well, man. We done made it halfway through. Still got to make it the other 3 days so we can get to our rest. Still got to make it to our rest, right? Well, 3 days. Figure 2 days. Sundown Friday. We good to go. All praises, man. Hopefully, everybody's well, man. Everybody's in good spirits. Everybody's keeping safe, being healthy, doing what you need to do. Praying for those who are being afflicted at this time. I know a few people, that done got caught in the whirlwind or the madness. But hopefully everybody's well and keeping righteous upliftment in the spirit, right? Encouragement and prayers are coming to you straight from me. Um, you know what time it is, man. It's hump day. Didn't get a man of Monday in. I was preoccupied. But I put out a video yesterday. Small little video, you know. I was really trying to work on my little editing skills. I'm really a novice. But nonetheless, spur of the moment video. Y'all ain't seen it. The shelves are not empty. Thus saith slow Biden. I'm gonna continually prove that man to be a liar and a devil until he's out of office. And then I'm gonna get on the next damn demon that comes in there. Most I permit. But y'all see what time it is, man. Y'all see what time it is. Unbelievably. Unbelievably, this man unapologetically continues to wagger his forked tongue at the people. But yeah, I just threw that in the mix, in the mix, man. Back on schedule with the hump days. And without further ado, man, it's time to get to this information. Let's get to some of these articles. Let's see what's the word on the streets, right? Um, hold on. First of all, let's look at this. Let me share. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, this is cool. Let's start there. I got a few things to divulge with the fam. A few things that divulge with the fam, right? Um, since we missed Man of Monday, I got some makeup time to do, so uh we're gonna go ahead and get this thing underway. I'm just trying to get some things set up, y'all. Pardon your brother. Hold up. I don't know if anybody's got dang it. Hold on. I don't know if everybody got a chance to witness this particular video. I'm gonna share a couple of videos with y'all, and then we're gonna get to these articles. It's a few, so bear with me, strap in. You know what time it is. All right, all right. Let's go here first. I don't know if anybody's saw this yet. I shared this with a few people some months ago, and I said, man, I ain't put this on DSTM yet. Omicron video game. This came out in the early '90s. David Bowie is narrating the game, right? And interestingly enough, you see what the name of the game was. And no, it's not a misprint. It's not a misprint. But listen to the message in one segment of the game. Hold on.
Wake up, people of Omicron. Russia and its corrupt government are lulling you to sleep in order.
Whoa, hold on. The government is lulling you to sleep. Wake up. He says, "Wake up, people of Omicron." Now, obviously, that's not a virus, but interestingly, I can't get that word out. Interestingly enough, we see that the plot, the plan, the objectives are still the same. There's a corrupt government that's brainwashing the people, and the people are trapped in Omicron, right? The okra. Let me get this out. Let this ride.
Wake up, people of Omicron. Reshev and his corrupt government are lulling you to sleep in order to control you better. They have transformed you into puppets that are manipulated by X and the demons. Join the awakened ones and rise up to fight for your freedom. Together, we can win.
The corrupt ones, the demons that we're fighting, the puppets, the government. I mean, do we need any more? Do you need to see any more of this? No? Okay. Notice, okay, we see here this was a video game, right? Uh and you can see out here, man, this thing only got 368 views, so this is still kind of buried. There could be other, links to find this. I don't know. Maybe it's just this cat's channel. But you see here, like I said, this came out in the mid 90s. It's interesting how, the so-called white man always tells on himself so that when it is revealed that he's found to be a corrupt demon, liar, fork-tongued creature, that he says, "Hey, I told you already. You can't say that I'm not fair. I gave you fair warning about, certain elements of what the future holds, right? Um, Most high permit. I'm not sure which day I'll be doing the next DSTM. It'll either be Friday evening Sabbath or it'll be the Saturday morning. One of the two. Most high permit. I'm gonna get that in. But I got another video I'm gonna share with y'all with Frankenstein Fauci from '09, talking about the jabs, influenza, the need for a mandatory poke to be coming up in the future that everybody's going to have to listen. I'm already exposing too much. I'm just gonna play it. All right. Shout out to my brother Shemai who sent that to me. But look at this. So you see the game, right? But notice the next level of where they're trying to get reality to go. We know about it, right? The metaverse. But look at this. Sexual assault is already happening in the metaverse. I mean, these weirdos, man, is already out there groping and harassing and chasing down females in a virtual world. And they're already making complaints to the metaverse controllers about how harassment is already going on in there. I mean, I told y'all and showed you the articles about these maniacs is out here going wild on sex bots. You know, so now sexual assault is already happening in the metaverse. I mean, this thing is maddening, man. Look at this broad. And you talking about people wearing they got these cats, man, wearing these things with exercise treadmills and shooting. I mean, there's all kind of crazy stuff going on in this VR world that they're trying to introduce and want everybody to be a part of and get your avatars up and design it how you want to look and all this other madness. And then you can go into these little dating rooms and go to your virtual meetings and set up your dating apps. I mean, and now you're going on these little dates and people are getting females are getting sexually assaulted. I mean, as the proverbial whoever made it up, people always, saying Kevin Samuel. People been saying you can't make this up, but there's no other words that you could say besides that. Look at this.
In the metaverse, sexual assault is already happening. Horizon Worlds, the virtual reality platform created by the formerly known as Facebook megacorporation Meta, The Verge, has only recently been released to the public, and users have already been sexually harassed and abused, according to The Verge, the user commented in Facebook's official Horizon group, "Sexual harassment is no joke on the conventional internet, but being in VR adds another layer that makes the event more traumatic. Not only was I grabbed last night, but there were others present who encouraged it.
Now, first of all, okay, I get the point, but you're in a virtual world. Nobody's really touching you. But they're saying I was in a room and I was getting touched and people were encouraging it. So now, along with the cyberbullying, now there's going to be cyber sexual assault. There's already hate speech. There's already, I mean, come on. Do you see how the reality is being transformed into a digitized matrix?
Making me feel solitary in the plaza. In an interview with The Verge, Meta's VP of Horizon, Vivek Sharma, described the scenario as extremely awful. That's still wonderful feedback for us, Sharma told The Verge, because I want to make the safe zone option trivially easy and findable. Rather than ensuring that Horizon Worlds does not encourage a
Look
culture.
at these maniacs, man. If y'all ever seen that movie Wally, check that out. I made mention of it before. Check out Wally, okay?
Culture of strangers groping one another in virtual reality, Meta is expecting to solve the problem by tweaking its tools. Users can activate a feature dubbed Safe Zone, which forms an impenetrable bubble around the user when they need more space, according to the business.
So now Meta says, oh, well, if you're getting sexually harassed, you can program your avatar to have a force field around it to limit interaction and contact. Good Lord.
Personal space, on the other hand, is going to be a vexing issue for social VR apps. Jesse Fox, an associate professor at Ohio State University, told MIT Technology Review, I think people should keep in mind that sexual harassment has never had to be a physical thing. It can be verbal, and it can also be a virtual experience, says the author. Carmi Olson, a Bloomberg columnist, was likewise unimpressed by Meta's VR experience. She was swarmed by a group of male avatars who began photographing her when she entered the Horizon venue's VR lobby, Meta's VR events platform that serves as Horizon World's forerunner.
Okay, I've
They
had
began
enough of these
presenting the
maniacs, man. They're out of here. But you see what's going on. You see what's going on, right? The madness continues when you're looking at what's going on with the folly that's happening in the world, man. This metaverse is real, and these people is in here signing up, dying to go into this little metaverse, and now the same crap is going on that you would do in the world. And now you're getting people complaining and making formal complaints about sexual harassment in a virtual world. I mean, where in the hell are we going? You already, y'all already know, man. I just thought that that was completely ridiculous, and at the same time, just a reflection of the spirit that emanates from Babylon. You know what I mean? Um, Let me see. Where do I want to go next? You know what? Just forget it. We're just gonna go right in a row. No, no, no. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. We're going here first. We're going here first. Okay. Cyprus and Greece. Any surprises that there's a virus coming out of Greece? Cyprus reportedly discovers a vid variant that combines the okra and the delta. Uh-oh. Last week we had flurona. Now we got Deltacron. Before that you had the just the okra, the gamma, the lambda. Yeah, I mean, and then remember the Dutch said we'll be over this thing in a couple months. See how the variants are still popping up. You have the IHU variant out of France that's got 46 different mutations ready to rock. So are we almost at the end of the tunnel? Can we see the light? Are we almost over this pandemic? Or are they going to continue this thing on and on and on and on? Listen, masks are already part of the normal routine, your daily outfit. That's why they're making them designers so that you can match them with your outfits every day. You might as well get used to it. We might as well get used to it. Mask ain't going nowhere. Remember, even in I did the report, showed y'all the report in Australia. They had a brief moment where they took the mask mandates off for outside activities, and the people decided they were still going to continue wearing them. Remember that? And that's when I talked about learned helplessness, where people have already been programmed to say that once the lock is off the cage, the animal refuses to leave. They'd rather stay in bondage. They'd rather stay in subjection. They've gotten used to it and just given up. So learned helplessness is already happening. So whether or not people want to wear masks or not, that's up to them. However, when and if they ever did say you don't have to anymore, people still gonna wear them. Me and a brother was just outside yesterday talking. Brother rolls down the street with a mask on, got both windows down with a T-top car. T-top. Which means, in other words, he's exposed to all air and he's driving with a goddamn mask on. I mean, what's the point? But that shows you the learned helplessness that people have. People are in their cars, windows rolled up with the air conditioning on, with the mask on, by themselves. I mean, I'm already on a whole nother tangent. Let me get back focused. Cyprus reportedly discovers a vid variant that combines okra and the Delta. A researcher in Cyprus has discovered a strain of the vid that combines the Delta and okra. Bloomberg News reported Saturday. Leondios Kostrikis, professor of biological sciences at the University of Cyprus, called the strain Deltacron. I mean, is this something new Transformer? I mean, when's Megatron coming? When is what's the planet they come from? The damn Autobots and all of them. You got the Decepticons, the Autobots, and they all coming from Cybertron. I think that's the name of the country. I mean, that must be where they're getting these names from. So beware. Deltacron is already, coming out of Greece. They got the IHU out of France. Fluron is on the move. So do y'all understand where I'm going with this? There is no end. They keep pumping up. Oh, have faith. Don't worry. We're almost. We're going to be over. Cases are dropping. But the work's not done yet, though. They still don't have all them arms rolled up and poked. Until that happens, they're not going to stop. Look, with that being understood, hold on. Jeremiah. Let me see. Jeremiah. And let me see. What do I want? I want Jeremiah right here. 8 and 22. 8 and 22. Let's look at this. Is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Why then is not the health of the daughter of my people recovered? Do you understand that that's how it goes? As we see times of ancient Babylon being stricken with plague, and now we're seeing a similar thing here in spiritual Babylon, and there seems to be no recovery. There seems to be no end. There's no balm. There's no cure. Nobody's recovering. And when I say that, I'm meaning from the fact of this thing will not go away. The narrative has already been set. They're going to continue it until their objective is completely met. Do you understand? Hold on. Stay in Jeremiah. We're going to go to, let's see, 46. And let's read verse 11. Now, Jeremiah 46 and 11 says, go up into Gilead and take balm, O virgin, the daughter of Egypt. In vain shalt thou use many medicines, for thou shalt not be cured. Well, Merck, they got the red pill. I forgot the technical name of it, but they're saying, hey, you can take the pill for the vid. That'll reduce the symptoms. You know, it was before they were saying you get poked once, get poked twice, 3 times a lady with the boost, 4 times a charm if you're in Israel, and it's on its way over here because now they're already saying, hey, get your flu shot plus your vid pokes. So that's 4, right? Because Flurona is here. You got to get 4 pokes. Get your flu shot and all 3. If you want to be up to date on your jabs, not fully poked. Remember, uh, Frankenstein Fauci changed the language. No longer they're going to say you have to be fully vaccinated. It's up to date. But no matter what's going on, it says in vain. All these medicines gonna come out. Johnson & Johnson, Merck, Biotech, Pfizer. You know, they got the pills, they got the pokes, they talking about a nasal spray. I mean, good lord, this thing ain't going nowhere, man. It ain't going nowhere. They won't allow it to. They won't allow it to. Let's go back over here. Hold on. Where we at? Right here. Okay. It's still too early to tell whether there are more cases of the strain or what impacts it could have. A researcher in Cyprus has discovered a strain of the vid that combines the Delta and the Okra, right? So far, Kostrikis and his team have found 25 cases of the virus, according to the report. It's still too early to tell whether there are more cases of the strain and what impacts it could have. Guaranteed, they're going to find hundreds of cases within the next 7 days. They have to. They have to. We will see in the future if this strain is more pathological or more contagious, or if it will prevail. They need help. The okra's failing. The word is out. Oh, the okra's got mild symptoms. It ain't that big a deal. Relax. So they say, oh, people ain't scared of the okra. We're going to have to step up the game. Roll out IHU. Roll out Deltacron. Roll out Flurona. Here they come. So they got to see which one's going to prevail against the 2 dominant strains, the Delta and the Okra. Kostrika said in an interview with the Sigma TV Friday, he believes Okra will also overtake Deltacron. He added, "Oh, really? Look at him." Moderna CEO, we can supply up to 3 billion vid boosters this year. They're already ready to roll out these boosters, man. The researchers sent their findings this week to GISAID, an international database that tracks viruses according to Bloomberg. The Deltacron variant comes as the Okra continues its rapid spread across the globe, causing a surge in the vid cases. The U.S. is reporting a 7-day average of more than 600,000 new daily cases, according to CNBC analysis Friday of data from Johns Hopkins University. That's a 72% increase from the previous week and a pandemic record. So the Okra setting records. Now it's combined with the Delta. I mean, and do we expect that not to go up? Huh? As they're already pumping, saying we could have 3 billion boosters ready this year. I mean, have 3 billion people even taken a poke? It's only 7 billion, a little more than 7 billion in the world. Interesting. Well, let's see how these boosters are working. How these boosters working out? Jabbed and boosted today. Anchor Savannah Guthrie, 50, reveals she has the vid. Uh-oh. How the boosters working out, honey? What happened, Miss Guthrie? She got jabbed and boosted. Reveals she has the vid, but she just has a little sniffle as she films live from home days after co-host Hoda Kotb, 57, also tested positive. Uh-oh. Super spreading, are we? Guthrie shared the news of her positive test in the opening minutes of Monday's morning show, which she joined by live video feed from her home in New York. Speaking to co-anchor Cody, the mother of two assured viewers that she is doing fine and is only suffering from a little sniffles. See, that's supposed to keep you encouraged that the booster, saved her life. The booster made sure that, she didn't go to the hospital, reduced the symptoms. Guthrie's vid diagnosis comes less than a week after Coda tested positive. Coda was absent from filming on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as she isolated at home. However, she returned to the studio this morning. The anchor told viewers that she had received two negative tests before going back into the studio to film again. Last Monday, the U.S. recorded more than 1 million new cases in a single day, a new global record. However, that number fell to 305,100 Sunday. You see how they playing games with the numbers? Recorded 1 million new cases in a day, a global record. However, the number fell to 305,100 on Sunday. So one day they can have 1 million cases. Next day it's 305,000. I mean, how did they prevent 700,000 people from not getting it the next go round? Interesting. Let's see how the boost is working for Geraldo. Y'all remember Geraldo, don't you? Investigative journalist who's always going out trying to find Al Capone's, treasures and all kind of madness. Now he's just a talking head on the TV. He was going hard on everybody that wasn't getting poked. So they went hard on him on Twitter. How does that humble pie taste? Triple jabbed. Geraldo Rivera shocked he has the vid. Tripped spectacularly over his hateful tweets about the unjabbed. Oh, we got to see what he was talking about. Geraldo Rivera is astounded he has the vid since he is triply jabbed. Not only fully jabbed, but he has the booster. Still caught it. Remember when Biden was telling Americans the jab would keep people from catching the vid? Good times, yeah. See, I thought they would have they had the tweets embedded. They won't let it play on here. They got it blocked. But it's okay. This is one of the things he said. I have zero tolerance for anti-vaxxers. Most of all, I detest jab dickheads. Oops, I shouldn't. Who urge the unjabbed to fight for their freedom. It's a pandemic of the unjabbed. 99% getting sick are unjabbed. See, as he reads from the teleprompter and he reads the narratives that are set out by the government, talking heads, and repeating after Slow Biden, if there's one person that you should not be talking after and repeating, it's Slow Biden because he can barely talk himself. How the hell are you going to sit back and say what he says? You want to sound more bumbling and more idiotic? Then you shouldn't be repeating what he said. Okay? So Geraldo learned a cold lesson that he should have been quiet. Now the Most High went and smacked him upside the head. And now he's an embarrassment eating humble pie. Okay. What's next? Speaking of the metaverse, right? They're still going hard with it. Metaverse, clothing, travel, plastic surgery. Experts predict life in 2030. I mean, the plastic surgery is already big. I mean, amongst the women, it's huge. Even the men. I mean, didn't Kanye get lipo? Funkmaster Flex, popular DJ out of New York, he got lipo. It's rumored that Drake got lipo. I mean, even the men is getting touch-ups, man. Sodomites is getting BBLs. Men, I'm talking. Yeah, be clear. The men is out here getting butt lifts. Sodomites, man. Y'all want to imagine the folly, man, that either gets sent to me or that I found and seen on my own. Some stuff I don't even bring to the table because it's just so wild. But regardless, the sexual harassment is going on in the metaverse, regardless of all the other extras, right? They're bringing it all in. So by 2030, this is what they want you in a bubble with these damn goggles on, staying in the house, eating hot pockets, and drinking beer and living virtually to where you can't be a danger to the environment. You can't be a danger to each other no more. Lockdown, stay in the house. So imagine scaling Everest, swimming with hammerheads, or skydiving over the Grand Canyon without ever leaving your room. All will supposedly be possible in the metaverse, a new level of virtual reality being developed by the world's top tech gurus. I want to walk through the grounds of Trinity College, Dublin, to turn the pages of the Book of Kells, and I'll be able to do that in VR, said a British futurist, Andrew Curry, referring to the 800-year-old Gospel Scrolls housed at Ireland's top university. In its fully realized form, the metaverse promises to offer true to life sight, sounds, and even smells. Yeah, even smells. Japan has already created a TV uh, that you can lick and get the taste. No, okay, y'all don't believe me. Hold on. Okay, since y'all thought I was playing, Japanese prevent. Look at this. Always damn Ammonites, Moabites, man, going above and beyond the Call of Duty when it comes down to their damn oppressor. Japanese professor invents lickable tasted TV screen. Look at this, bro. See, they know their people will do anything. They will eat anything. They will allow themselves to be in complete subjection to all types of authority. You know, look at this, bro. She out there licking on the screen for taste. That's coming to the metaverse. Is the metaverse saying you can smell, you can listen? These maniacs is out of control with this tech. Screen time has never tasted so good. A Japanese professor, Home Miyashita, has created a prototype TV screen that enables viewers to not just see and hear content, but taste it too. With the Taste TV, viewers can now enjoy a new sensory addition thanks to a 10 flavor carousel that, when combined, can imitate specific food flavors from chocolate to pizza. Once mixed, the flavor combination rolls over the TV screen via high genetic film for consumers licking pleasure. The boob tube licking. See how they throwing that damn sarcasm. The boob tube licking food feature is intended to enhance connection-starved watchers' ability to connect and interact while limited by the vid restrictions. See, it's always surrounded around the vid. This is why you need to stay in the house. This is why you need to Netflix and chill. We can make it all real for you. You don't have to go out and find you a real wife, brothers. You can find you a virtual woman, man, who will be submissive. She'll do everything that you want. And if you're tired of the VR, we can get you a sex spot. You understand? This is the madness that's going on, man. I had to bring that one out. Oh, I had to find that one because it was on my spirit when I read this, and I didn't bring it. I had to bring that up to show you how it's all um, coinciding with pure madness. Okay, you wouldn't even have to be you. See, they're already catfishing on the dating sites and all this other stuff. They're already trolling. Nobody's who they are. I ain't gonna say nobody, but there's a lot of people who's already bought into the fact of you don't have to be who you really are. You can be whoever you want to be virtually. You can create what's the name of that game? Ready Player One, not the game. It's a TV. I mean a movie. Ready Player One. Check that one out, which essentially is the metaverse and what they want this place to be like. Everybody living in slums, ghettos, and gulag type homes, right? Living in a virtual, playing a virtual game, and hoping to get to the final prize so that you can get liberated with a little bit of money out of the ghettos. Hunger Games, virtually though. If you ain't seen Ready Player One, check that one out. If you haven't seen Wally, check it out. Okay, just in case y'all don't know what I'm talking about, Let me just see. Um, Let me make sure that's it. Wally. Uh, is that it? No. Yeah, here it go. Wally. I'm spelling it wrong. Let me help y'all out. Yeah, here it go. Go check this out. Yeah, it's a Disney movie, but listen, if you watch it, you see it through. Came out in 2008. You're gonna see where and why this was important to the future. What's going on? We'll just read a little bit of what it's about. Like I told you, I got to make up time for Missing Man of Monday. So ride with me, y'all. Okay. Uh, okay. So it's a 2008 American computer animated science fiction film and released by Walt Disney. Let's just get to the plot. Okay. In the 29th century, Earth has become a garbage-strewn wasteland. Sound familiar? As they keep talking about. Let me see. Hold on. Just trying to get it big enough so y'all can see. Keep talking about saving the Earth and everything else, right? Uh, in the 29th century, Earth has become a garbage-strewn wasteland due to rampant consumerism and corporate greed. 7 centuries earlier, the megacorporation, by and large, evacuated humanity to a space on giant Sterilizers. Of all the trash compacting robots left by BNL to clean up, only one robot remains operational, which is Wally. One day, Wally's routine of compressing trash and collecting interesting objects is broken by the arrival of an unmanned probe carrying an egg shaped robot named Extraterrestrial Vegetation Evacuator, or Eve. She has been sent to scan the planet for signs of sustainable life. Wally is smitten by the sleek, otherworldly robot, and the two begin to connect until Eve goes into standby when Wally shows her his most recent find, a living seedling. The probe then collects Eve and the plant, and with Wally clinging on, returns to its mothership, the Starliner Axiom. But you got to continue on watching it because these robots is actually being controlled by fat humans that's sitting in the virtual reality world, eating and just getting themselves completely out of shape and lazy. And I want to give the whole thing away, but check out Wally, right? And then we also talked about this one, Ready Player One. Yeah, this one. Ready Player One is a 2011 science fiction novel and the debut novel of American author Ernest Cline. The story is set in a dystopia in 2045, follows protagonist Wade Watts on the search for an Easter egg in a worldwide virtual reality game, the discovery of which will lead him to inherit the game's creator's fortune. So, basically, Hunger Games, whoever finds an egg, everybody's fighting and moving in a virtual reality. They live in the slums, okay? Um, But if you ain't seen that, check it out. Good movies as it pertains to what we're seeing now. All right, so I mean, you see the madness that's going on with the metaverse, right? They're trying to influence and they want everybody to be locked into this madness. By 2030, a large proportion of people will be in the metaverse in some way, predicts Melanie Subin, a director at the Future Today Institute of New York. Some will simply use it only to fulfill work or educational obligations. Others will live the majority of their walking hours jacked in. Jacked in. Don't they say that with the Matrix? You got to plug in. You got to jack into the Matrix. So art dictating life, or is it the other way around? Using a blend of physical and behavioral biometrics, emotional recognition, sentiment analysis, and personal data, the metaverse will be able to create a customized and enhanced reality for each person, she said. Wow, isn't that nice? In the future, AR wearables may be pervasive as smartphones are today, meaning it's going to be like a normal thing. Who runs a 3D tech company, Dstm, and is heavily involved in enhancing the metaverse? Okay, so you see what's going on, man. Here goes somebody's little metaverse character, right? This is where people gonna be living in virtually as they're jacked in. Okay, let's move on. Let's get out of here. Let's get out the metaverse. Look what's going on in the Philippines. And you thinking, oh, that's just over there. We always see as things go bad one place, it eventually influences and goes bad in others, depending on the success rate. So, Duarte, that's the president of the Philippines, he wants unjabbed people to be jailed as the vid rate hits record highs. And then you start seeing, you already seeing the article that I brought out from the CDC website talking about them using shielding. They have on deck using the shielding techniques, which is pretty much isolation camps, to put those that are infected or a danger to the healthy community, healthy society, to be isolated and shielded away from others. So you already know what that means, right? So as that's being proposed, the Philippines is already moving forward. Look, the Philippines has reported at least 21,819 new vid infections. I mean, that's nothing compared to what they just proclaimed America had, a million in one day. They talking about total. Raising the country's positivity rate to another all-time high of 40% out of 70,049 tests conducted as President Rodrigo Duarte ordered the arrest of unjabbed people who will violate stay-at-home orders aimed at curbing galloping cases driven by the Okra variant of the vid. So what are they saying? He's saying if you're not poked and you're not following the stay-at-home orders, if you're not staying locked down, if you're not being subjected to the quarantine orders, so forth and so on, you get locked up. With the latest number of infections on Friday, the country hits a record high positivity rate for the third straight day, while the total caseload since the pandemic approaches 3 million. On January 1st, there was just 3,617 new cases reported. So we see what's going on in the Philippines. They locking cats down, literally, for rebelliousness. Warfare is still happening, even amongst the Hamites. See, that's one of the things that goes unnoticed or forgotten about. Remember, we're still talking about wars and rumors of wars. It doesn't matter. America doesn't always have to be involved. I mean, you got the drug wars, the cartels down there in Mexico are still have been warring for the last 20, 30 years. That war is going on. They've been having wars in Africa for years now. Let alone, let's not forget, we still got Iraq. Even though the troops have been withdrawn out of Afghanistan, they still got hell going on over there. You got Russia, the Ukraine. You still got the UN and the EU being involved. You got America and China, Taiwan, right? You still got Hezbollah and Israel and the Palestinians. They're still going at it. So there was just a bombing, airstrike. Tigray forces say Ethiopian airstrike kills 56 civilians. So, Nairobi, Kenya. An airstrike in Ethiopia's embattled Tigray region has killed at least 56 people at a camp for displaced people. A spokesman for the Tigray forces said Saturday, as the country's war continues. Country's what war continues? Despite the government's talk of reconciliation, another callous drone attack. Getchu Rita tweeted, saying the civilians had fled the conflict elsewhere in the region, only to become the latest victims of recent airstrikes that have reportedly killed scores of people in Tigray. Spokespeople of Ethiopia's government and military did not respond to requests for comment on the airstrike, which could be independently confirmed. Much of Tigray remains cut off from the world, with limited communications for humanitarian workers who have found their work severely constrained by a months-long government blockade. So the Hamites is over there bombing each other. They've got their own war going on. And they said they can't even reach out for help. They can't even reach out for help, right? So on the war front, that's still going on. And yeah, don't sleep on Russia and Ukraine. That thing is still going. They're already talking about that. Putin is still flying. He's positioning helicopters over on the border to Ukraine. They're still thinking he might attack. These talks that they've had over the last weekend did not go well. So that thing is still, still on the table. China's already issued their threats in uh, the issues with Taiwan. They've got troops in North Carolina that's already training for urban warfare. In let's see, I'll bring it out the full article probably maybe Friday. Let me see. Troops training for urban warfare in North Carolina. Let's see what we get. Oh, yeah, yeah. Your brother ain't tripping. He ain't making nothing up. MSNBC or MSN. U.S. Marines training Taiwan elite troops in Guam. Oh, so are they preparing for war? That was that. I wasn't expecting looking at that one. Look, U.S. conducting urban warfare exercises in North Carolina. Unconventional warfare training being staged in 21 North Carolina counties. The Army says. So what are they training for? Hmm. Secretive warfare training being staged in 21 North Carolina counties. You see it? And the Marines is over there training up the Taiwanese so they can get ready for war. Let's just look at this real quick. This is off the record. This is back in November. See, so war is still on the table. Don't sleep. Told y'all, don't let them lullaby you. Okay, look at this madness. This is why the Catholic Church, man, has to go. Has to go. Look at this yellow tooth demon, man. Why do I say that? Pope Francis writes to controversial nun thanking her for 50 years of LGBTQ HIV ministry. Hello, what? You read that right. You read that right. And for you godforsaken Catholics, man, who have refused to look at the sins and the errors of your doctrinal popes, padres, cardinals, and bishops, if you refuse to look at the history of the papal bulls that have been authorized by the Catholic Church that endorse slavery, I mean, if you refuse to acknowledge the commissions that were done via the Catholic Church to send out the conquistadors to conquer and slaughter the indigenous tribes in South Central America, I mean, you got hell to pay if you don't get the hell out of there. Now you got the Pope thanking a controversial nun, this creature right there, for her 50 years with the LGBTQ Catholic ministry. Do we need to go to law? We don't need to go to law. Yeah, we should know this by now. Okay. Leviticus 20:13, Leviticus 18:22, Romans 1:25-26. Come on. Okay. Let's look at this. Pope Francis has sent an encouraging letter to an American nun thanking her for 50 years of ministry to the LGBTQ Catholics, more than 2 decades after she was investigated and censored by the Vatican for her work. In his letter, dated December 10th, Francis wrote that Sister Janine Gramick has not been afraid of, quote, closeness. And see, she don't have no problem with the closeness that the cardinals and the bishops have been having with the young boys. Have you? The altar boys and all that? No problem with that, huh? That closeness is okay, right? Remember I brought out the article? Hundreds of thousands of kids caught up in the sex ring in Germany? Maybe y'all don't remember that. It was over 200,000. Let me see. And your brother's memory is okay. Your brother's memory is okay. French clergy sexually abused over 200,000. Uh, through the what? The Catholic Church. You see it here? Sexual assault in the Catholic Church. 200,000. And this broad is talking about she's okay with the closeness and without condemning anyone that had the tenderness of a sister and a mother. Thank you, Sister Janine. This is coming from Pope Francis. This is what he wrote in a letter to her. He says she's not been afraid of closeness and without condemning anyone, had the tenderness of a sister and a mother without condemning anyone. So those 200,000 little Edomite German kids, and they may not have been all Edomites, man. They could have been importing them from all over the place. You know how the sex trafficking goes? I'm sure there was Israelites within that 200,000. That's just one case. That's just one case we talking about. That thing runs rampant throughout the world. And Pope Francis tells her, I want to commend you for not condemning anybody. And the closeness that you've had and the tenderness that you've had as a sister and a mother. And for your 50 years of work in exalting the LGBTQ agenda. Booch! Get up out of here. Thank you, Sister Janine, for all your closeness, compassion, and tenderness, he wrote. He also noted her, quote, suffering without condemning anyone. Oh, really? Is that part of the plan? You're just going to suffer and deal with our dirt, deal with our issue, deal with our sins and our wickedness and our filthiness, and don't condemn anybody, and you'll be exalted. Gramick, who lives just outside of Washington, D.C., in Mount Rainier, Maryland, said that the letter felt like it was from, quote, from a friend. Quote, of course, I was overjoyed, she said. It felt like a turning point in the church because for so long the ministry has been maligned in the shadows. For good reason, honey. What's wrong with you? Good Lord. These maniacs don't even see, they don't even care to examine their ills and their wickedness, man. She's acting like it seems as though for so long this ministry has been maligned and in the shadows. For good reason. The LGBTQ HIV community and its ill-fated sinful life has no business being affiliated with anything biblical outside of repenting and put in the shadows, huh? It ain't in the shadows. We see all the damn sodomite priests all the damn time. And I'm not saying every priest is a sodomite for you sensitive ones out there. But the cases is overwhelming. You have to admit that. For decades, Gramick and her New Ways ministry, New Ways, really? Co-founder, the late Reverend Robert Nugent, were considered controversial by some church leaders for the workshops they did about the science and theology around LGBTQ topics. Gramick said that she would not provide her opinion, but she would present the Catholic Church's teaching as well as doctrinal positions from more moderate and liberal theologians. Well, I guess she's going to get along fine with the drag queen sodomite preacher out of I think he was out of Chicago. Y'all remember that story I did? Where he had the Sunday school for the kids in drag and had no problem pushing the LGBTQ HIV sodomite agenda during church services. Y'all remember that? Yeah. Okay. Let me get rid of these bastards. So the airlines is continually crashing. Airline industry is crashing. 28,000 canceled flights. Later, the airlines are still looking for the upper hand against the okra and the weather, right? So airlines are suffering. I think they had which company was it? There's one company. They said 3,000 people called off sick. Hold on, let me see here. United. See, this was an earlier article from last Saturday. 28,000. They had to cancel 28,000 flights. Right. That's just in the airline industry alone. So we're seeing how the uh, airline industry is collapsing. You see here, United had to cut flights as about 3,000 workers called out sick. That's just today. So we see the Okras doing this job, let alone they're shutting down industry. So we just got the reading or talking about on the last DSTM about how a de facto shutdown was on the table. So even though the Democrats are running around saying, "Oh, we're not considering locking down anything," you really can't unless you're really ready to step in and just say, "You know what? Forget it. Let's just collapse everything." Well, what better way to build back better? Hmm? Let's see. What else is going on in the world? Now, this is one I really want to show y'all. New York hospitals admit that nearly half of their vid patients were admitted for other reasons. Let me read that again. New York hospitals admit that nearly half of their vid patients were admitted for other reasons after Governor Kathy Hochul ordered them to disclose the key statistic. Really? Also, those hospitalizations that you keep talking about that are classified as vid patients, over half of them were actually in for something else, and they got oh, no, IQ, just go ahead and read it. Don't interpret, just read it. Okay. New York hospitals revealed Friday that 42% of the vid patients were admitted for other reasons and tested positive for the vid only incidentally. So do you see how that works? So say I can go in there because I broke my finger, and then they give me a vid test while I'm there, and boom, oh, you're positive. Oh, so guess what? No longer are you going to count my admission for my broken finger. My admission in there now has been covered. It's been said that I'm in there for the vid. And who knows if I got it while I was sitting in the ER room for 2 hours. You see how this thing is going? Okay. So in NYC, the rate is higher with 51% of vid patients admitted for other reasons. Governor Hochul pushed for the data after seeing total hospitalizations hold steady. Okra appears to be driving a higher rate of incidental hospitalization. Under pressure, well, we kind of read that. Of the roughly 11,500 vid patients currently hospitalized in the state, the vid was not included as one of the reasons for admission for the. Can we finally be honest? Okay, hold chill. I'll give you credit if that's what you saying, that you demanded that the real stats come out. I doubt it because she's the high priestess with her vax chain and all of that. But they got to come clean. We've been talking about them cooking the books, flipping the numbers, doing things that clearly wasn't adding up. As you constantly seeing, hospitalizations are up, hospitals are overwhelmed. But hold on, overwhelmed from what? What's everybody in there for? Clearly, We're seeing something different now, huh? Okay. Other vid was not included as one of the reasons for admission for 43%, according to the data Hochul released on Friday. In New York City, the rate was even higher, with 51% of the current vid patients classified as with the vid as opposed to for the virus. Oh, see how they play a game. In patients with the vid, they were hospitalized for unrelated reasons, such as injuries in a car crash. Oh, that gets counted as the vid, but tested positive for the virus on the routine screening administered to all new patients and were subsequently reclassified as vid admissions. Hello? Subsequently reclassified as vid admissions. You go in for a car crash, you get tested. Oh, forget whatever happened. You damn near got a collapsed lung, concussion, so forth and so on. The real issue is you got the vid. Forget all of that. Two broke legs, collapsed lung, concussion. You needed a laceration on your forehead. You need 100 stitches. That wasn't the real problem. The real problem is when you came in and we swabbed your nostrils. You popped up positive, Jack. You got the vid now, and we're going to classify you as that. On Friday, for the second consecutive day, New York State saw its highest death toll from the vid since the beginning of the jabs. And while things aren't as dire as during the pandemic's peak, cases continue to go up. I wonder why. The state recorded 82,094 new cases of the vid and 155 new deaths due to the vid. New York City alone is responsible for 32,799 cases and 586 new hospitalizations. Cases are about 6 times as high among the unjabbed as they are among those who have gotten the poke. Yeah, of course, you got to slide that in. Get out of here. Hmm. Look what's going on with the school system in New York. As they constantly just turn a blind eye to the collapsing of the whole city and society. Listen, New York is always the dinner plate, you know, for everybody to look at and scan and see, because they always spread everything off. They share everything from the plate of New York. So, what's going on? The situation is beyond control. NYC students says schools are in chaos with the number of teachers calling out with the vid, and there is no learning going on after Mayor Adams told schools to stay open. I showed y'all just a couple articles on how they said psychologically and educationally what has happened to the learning of the youth since the vid, since the pandemic, since the lockdown, since the virtual learning, and all that other stuff. That everything is declined, and America's already on the decline because of the fact that the educational system wasn't in the top rankings as it pertains to the world education. They ain't up there with India and China and all the other heathens. So now the educational system is furtherly dumbing down the society so that they can have a completely subjective, um, you know, Gen Z population who's just gonna go along with the flow. That's locked into the technology. That's locked into they ain't asking, questioning nothing. That's doped up. Then we just got to. I pulled out the article last week about 70% of Americans are on some sort of drug. So not only is it going to be a drugged up society, a non-thinking society, a dumbed down society. I mean, what better way for Esau to take control of and manipulate the people? You understand? So no learning is going on. Mayor Adams told the schools to stay open. An anonymous Bronx Science High School student wrote a viral Reddit post describing the chaos in New York City public schools. The student claimed that the situation is beyond control with no learning occurring, and called Study Hall a super spreader event. And Mayor Adams, a brother, says stay open. I don't see any problem with what's going on. And this cat's under fire too. Not only does he have a little sketchy past, he's hiring people into his cabinet with a sketchy past, as he hired his brother to be the deputy lieutenant or something like that. You know, and that's controversial. It reminds me of for those that watch what is it, Power? No. Yeah, it's a play on the Power. The Ghost book. And you got oh man, the mayor, or the former Councilman Tate is his name. Councilman Tate. And now he just in one of the episodes he hired his brother to be like the lead detective or the chief of police or something. I mean, stuff playing right out of a damn movie. Y'all watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just catching up with the thing. But nonetheless, here we go. All right, they claim large numbers of teachers have been absent, leaving classes overcrowded and untaught as Mayor Eric Adams insists on in person learning. They said that the bathrooms of the public high school are filled with students taking at home vid tests, with several testing positive while at school. On Friday, New York State saw its highest death toll from the vid since the beginning of jabs. From the second day, for the second day in a row, New York City recorded 32,799 cases and 586 new hospitalizations. I read that story, brought it out on Dstm 73 last week, and we see the headline: New York State saw its highest death toll from the vid since they started poking people for the second day in a row. Remember that? How it you got to put two and two together? The highest death tolls, and what's changed? They started beginning jabs. Wow, the devil's in the details. All right, look at this madness. This is complete folly and foolishness, man. Look at it. Trans University of Pennsylvania swimmer Leah Thomas is crushed twice in Ivy League women's swim meet by Yale competitor Isaac Hennig, who is transitioning from female to male. You can't make this madness up. This cat Leah Thomas is a dude who's now a trans woman. He was competing in swim meets. I brought this out. Destroyed the little swim meet, man, and the females and everybody was tripping. They was like, "Look, this isn't fair. We can't be bullied. We can't be silenced." There was an Edomite female that she was talking about how they doing it in track. The trannies is coming into athletic events, right? So you got men competing against women, and vice versa, or whatever. The big issue is men competing against women. So this cat, Leah Thomas, has another swim meet, and then he gets beat by another tranny who's going female to male. So because she hasn't made the full transition, she's still classified as a female and then swims against him. So now you can't bring up an argument to say, well, there's a genetic difference, male against female, because we've got a case where a female beat a male. But hey, can you say she's female when she's going to say, I'm a male? Don't try to use that. You see the confusion? You see the Babylonian doctrine that's going on? I mean, it's just complete folly. Two trannies swimming against each other, and they're the headlines. Yale swimmer Isaac Hennig easily beat out his opponent in the women's 100-yard freestyle. With a time of 25.67 seconds, Hennig, who was transitioning from female to male, also finished first in the earlier 50-yard freestyle. After the race, a 20-year-old who has had his breast removed. His breast removed, huh? Can we keep it real? Her breast removed? I mean, how the hell are you going to say his? Good Lord. Okay, pulled down the top of his swimsuit. You see that? She gets her breast lopped off, and now she wants to show off by pulling down her top. A stumped parent told DailyMail.com, I wasn't prepared for that. Everything is messed up. I can't wrap my head around this. The NCAA needs to do something. Tell me about it. UPenn swim meet on Saturday against Dartmouth and Yale is the Penn team's first since December when Leah Thomas blew away the competition. He shattered two national women's records last month at the Zippy International in Akron, Ohio. Now, look at this. And this is why you know it's some foolishness. This dude just shattered two women's records, national. Now, all of a sudden, this female who's transitioning to male, to try to make it seem as though, yeah, even though she's a tranny, she's really moving like she's just as strong as a man. No, I guarantee you, this dude lost on purpose. I guarantee you he lost on purpose just to keep down the controversy, just to take the limelight off of him, just so that he can continue on in the sports field without all this controversy. So he threw a couple of matches. There's no way You blowing out national competition, breaking world records, right? And this ain't the first time this one's been swimming. Why isn't Isaac Hennig? Why isn't she or quote he, whatever, been breaking records? How come they haven't been up there all of a sudden headlines? Because they know damn well he threw that match just to keep, you know, the controversy at a low, just to try to make it say, hey, I can't, go out here blowing them out like that. Damn, I gotta play the thing fair, so that it becomes more acceptable for the trannies to continually compete. Do you understand? That's the foolishness that's going on. They had to tell him, "Hey, slow down, man. You out here blowing them out, doing too damn much. You're bringing too much heat on yourself. We don't need all the controversy." The school told him, "Hey, relax. Throw a couple of matches, man. It's okay. When it really counts, you can go back out there and smash some, smash the females again." So look, there's no way you go from breaking national records all of a sudden you getting smoked by a female who had no fanfare as far as being a big time fast swimmer, whatever. I mean, this is straight up ridiculousness. Such was her dominance in the 1,650-yard freestyle, and second place swimmer Anna calendar days, a UPenn teammate, finished 38 seconds behind her. 38 seconds. On Saturday, she won her first race of four, the 200-yard freestyle, finishing 1.4873 with her closest competitor just 2 seconds behind her. I mean, this dude was out here smoking them. And all of a sudden now, this female who's transitioning to male is all of a sudden, blowing people away. Look, they say he was winning, coasting, and barely trying. Now all of a sudden, this tranny female to male is blowing him out. Get out of here. You know this is propaganda and bullshit. Okay, let me get out of here. They get me upset. All right. So experts, they're talking about this week. I don't know how the numbers been going. We had the hump day, but they predicted up to 5 million people could skip work with the vid, putting strain on businesses and transport. As U.S. hits its second highest daily case count of 900,832 infections, the Okra Peak is expected to crest at the end of January. So, I mean, we see clearly that it has affected transport, as we just seen all the canceled flights. 3,000 uh, workers at United have called in. I know everybody uh, at your respective jobs. I guarantee you've got people that's called in sometime this week. No place is fully staffed. If it is, that's an anomaly. People that's even working from home is calling in. So you're seeing what's going on, man. 5 million people, they trying to wreck this place. And then even if you take advantage of, who's gonna tell you that you're not sick? You feel me? What if I want to take that sick day off? You gonna tell me I'm not sick? You wanna find out? They gonna tell you, no, just stay home. Don't worry. This is crazy. The U.S. recorded 900,832 new vid cases on Friday, the second highest day ever after record set Monday. Death jumped. Listen, I'm not even gonna read these damn things no more. It's just ridiculous. Okay, but we see what's happening. Look at this look at this last thing, man. Texas mother is charged after 14-year-old child is found in the trunk of her car at a drive-through vid testing site. Claims that the teen tested positive and needed to be quarantined. Do you see how far they've got these people acting a damn fool? The lengths of folly that they go into, fear and damn Edomite woman, man, put her 14-year-old son in the trunk saying he was quarantining while she's driving around getting tested. Sarah Bean, 42 of Harris County, has been charged. Charged. Why is this in a way? I can't even read what else it's saying, but it's okay. After the site director found her son in the trunk, Bevan Gordon, the health services director at the site, had Beam open her trunk and found her 14-year-old son lying in the trunk. Beam said her son had tested positive for the vid and was in the trunk to avoid exposing her. Gordon would not allow Beam to receive the testing for her or her son until he was safely seated in the back seat. Police have now issued a warrant for her arrest. Where's the little demon at, man? Here she go. Here she go. I mean, these damn people have lost their damn minds, man. These are the extremes that they're willing to go to. So don't think that they won't turn you in. Don't think they won't turn me in. Oh, you need to know who's not poked. You need to know where they're at. You need to know if this woman was willing to throw her son in the trunk, all on the means of saying this is for public health, and I'm scared because he tested positive. What other maddening ways are they willing to go? That's the world we're living in, y'all. That's the world we're living in. Unreal. You know, you would think it's Twilight Zone. I know. You would think that this is, a movie or something. But no. You're talking about people getting jacked in to the metaverse. You're talking about people quarantining their kids, throwing them in the trunk. You're talking about the Catholic Church, the beloved Catholic Church, praising nuns for 50 years of LGBTQ work. You're talking about uh Deltacron. You're talking about Flurona. I mean, the madness doesn't stop, y'all. You're talking about the Africans bombing each other, war going on. Okay, it's all happening, but you're gonna hear it all here. Don't shoot the messenger. Number 74. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. I want to make sure everybody has a productive rest of the week. Stay safe out there, y'all. Keep each other encouraged. Keep each other in prayer. You know, the times is getting more serious, more more ill-fated for many of our people. My son just showed me a couple of Instagram posts. I guess there was a couple more people in the faith, man. A couple more Hebrews have passed away. I didn't know them personally, but there was a couple of RIP posts. So the Most High is not finished judging and not finished purging through His house, let alone the world. So stay tuned, y'all. Dstm number 74 is coming to a close. Again, all praise, honor, glory to the Most High, man. Continue to fear the Most High, keep the commandments, and don't ever shoot the messenger. Shalom.